Hello, my loves. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to dive into some messages from the heart space of the divine masculine to the divine feminine, and from the heart space of the divine feminine to the divine masculine today. Before we fully dive into that, I want to share that some of these energies came in yesterday and I was going to come here on YouTube, but it's become very clear to me that when these energies come in, they actually start to bloom and blossom over on my Patreon group. And then as they're sort of taking shape, I come on and share on YouTube. I guess it's a little bit different than I initially expected. I thought I would share on YouTube and sort of dive deeper into Patreon, but we're sort of diving deeper on Patreon and then sharing sort of some of the blossoms that come from that. So, for those of you over there on Patreon with me, thank you for embarking on that journey of blossoming these messages and really sort of, I don't know, it feels like fertilizing the garden of where the collectives are moving. And for any of you who would like to join us over there, you're more than welcome. I'll drop that information in the pinned comment. And just super fast, I wanted to let you know that I was guided to put the 30-minute sessions on my schedule for the month of December. If you look at my schedule, you'll see I opened it for the month because I am going to be doing some traveling. And with all of the holidays, there's a limited number of spots this month in comparison to normal. So I wanted to let you know about that ahead of time. And also on this coming Wednesday, December 4th, I'm doing a sacred circle of love, and we're focusing on embodying joy. That's a global 1 hour meditative session, and it's just via donation. And like I said, we're really focusing on embodying joy as we're moving through these times. So I'll put that, all of that info in the pinned comment, but I'm sort of sharing these because we're moving into this holiday season and the end of the year. What was becoming really apparent to me over these last few days, I don't know about you, I would love to hear from you in the comments, but since this Mercury retrograde season hit earlier this week, I think it was Monday, like lots of energies have been shifting quite swiftly. And it feels like there is a tremendous amount of new energy flooding in. And I shared this yesterday that I'm noticing that you guys know here with me, we talk about working in pockets, right? Digestible energies. Well, the message that's been coming through is that we have sort of reached this precipice as a collective where we've been working away, working away, working away, and sort of all of those pockets are coming together to help resolve and clear out the old patterns. And it came through really strong. One of the parts I'm going to share from yesterday's message because it was so cool. The masculines brought through a message connected with commitment and being connected and committed to the journey. But right before that, I talked about feeling like the old matrix is literally like dissolving. And in that message, the distorted masculine card was left out of the deck over on the side. I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't even notice it until after I had picked the commitment card. And so for me, I wanted to share that because it felt exceedingly significant for the twin flames and counterparts, but it also felt very significant for the overall planetary collective. As we've talked about the structures, the old structures were really operating out of a more distorted masculine frame. And what I mean by that is they created a container which could work to a degree, but now we've actually been ready to evolve out of a lot of them. They've actually kept us quite suffocated and limited as human beings. Now, of course, there's a lot of new structures and new ways of doing things built or being built or ready to be rolled out in those places. And this is why we're seeing this shifting energies on our planet, sort of like the new being built while the old is being dissolved, sort of simultaneously, for those that are actually paying attention to the overall larger perspective. So now, with all of that said, let me know how you're doing. How have you been feeling? Because it was quite intense. I think like Tuesday, Wednesday, and then yesterday things started to lighten as we celebrated Thanksgiving here in the US. And then moving into today, to me, each day, I've been feeling like things are getting lighter and lighter. So again, I'm gonna dive into the masculine's message to the feminines from the heart space. Let's see what they would like to bring through for the feminines. This is funny. They want me to go back to that true love deck that I pulled from yesterday on Patreon. Let's see what they want to bring forward today. I kind of sense that they want to go actually a little bit deeper into yesterday's message. Wow. Okay. Oh, I just saw two, but there was actually three. And at first it showed spiritual maturity and worthiness, but it was reparenting yourself underneath. So reparenting yourself, moving into spiritual maturity and feeling worthy. Wow, these are so beautiful. And from the masculine to the feminine, I feel like the masculines are stepping forward to acknowledge where they can feel and sense where the feminines have really been working deeply on her spiritual maturity, where she's been reparenting herself, providing for herself, caring for herself, and stepping into her worthiness. This feels very grounded and stable to me. And this card in the middle with the spiritual maturity is really speaking to me about the connection in that meeting space in the middle, in the heart space. And the energy that's coming through is sort of feeling the feminine's inner union energies are creating union energies in the connection space. And the masculines are bringing this forward. Even the way the cards came out and this reparenting was kind of hidden. And maybe what's coming through is maybe in the physical world, the masculines aren't exactly fully aware of how the feminines have dropped into this internal union or seeing that she's really embodying feeling worthy of the life that she deserves. But even if he's not fully aware in the physical that this is what she's been doing, he is certainly aware that she has come into a more balanced, harmonious space within herself. This now, as I'm moving into this over here, it feels like she's really dropping into seeing herself, seeing the reflection. And the energy that's coming off of this with me is that she's actually really dropping into the energy of receptivity. In the sense is that the masculine is really picking up on this and acknowledging it. And again, this energy, this spiritual maturity, they are feeling the stability. They are feeling the support. They're feeling higher essence of the connection. And if this isn't pertaining at this specific moment to you and your connection, this is serving as inspiration to continue to move forward, Miss Divine Feminine, or, masculine, however you are working on your feminine energies, but really continue to focus on you, focus on your higher purpose, focus on providing that support and love for yourself, embodying into your worthiness. Because yes, it's making a beautiful difference for you, but the masculine collective is feeling the support of this as well as the planetary collective. Wow. Okay, very beautiful. Now, I would like to bring in some messages for the masculine from the feminine. And interestingly, the feminines want me to go into the animal totem deck. Let's see what comes forward with this. I feel like I want to shuffle it up a bit. This deck is a little bit different as far as how I shuffle it. There's more cards. Let's see. Wow. Okay. So we have Scarab Beetle Spirit Magic works through you. And this energy, wow, it's coming through that the feminines are acknowledging to the masculines where you've been plugging away, right? In the depths of the shadows. The energy that's coming through is significantly different than what I might have thought. And it feels like the feminines are aware, like the masculines have been sort of digging away in the trenches, going through a lot of different things, facing a lot of different things, even holding the reflection to a lot of different things, so the feminines could reparent and realize their worthiness. And the feminines, what I'm seeing is almost like as the masculines have had this shell on, and the shell of protection, helping them to be able to navigate all of these experiences and spaces that they have been holding. And the feminine is calling the masculine to allow his internal magic and the truth of who he is to bloom and blossom from the inside out. And I'm feeling, in the kindest way, almost like a transformation out of this beetle energy, actually. It feels like the energy that's coming up is sort of like, wow, it like wants to transform into like a dragonfly, and then almost like a dragon, like really moving into this transformative energy. And I feel like in honoring this scarab beetle is the importance of all of the different stages of transformation and how important it is. I'm getting emotional for us to navigate in those earthly realms, in those protective energies, as we're sort of holding the protection while navigating the densities. But what this feels like to me really is that the masculines are ready to birth out of those densities and to transform more deeply into their magical aspects. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe I literally talked about this last week. It may have been on my Patreon. I am not 100% sure. If you guys remember, drop it in the comments. But it very much feels that the masculines are being freed from some old ancient energies that are allowing them to sort of step forth. And what's coming forward is as the feminines have dropped into her receptive energy and she's really embodying into her worthiness, what's happening is she is welcoming the divine masculine in his true form home to meet her in the shared heart space. And she is stepping more fully into her true form. And as this is happening collectively, they're sort of being pulled and drawn back together in the heart space. And the feminines are acknowledging that if the masculines are feeling that pull to their feminine and just allowing the love to lead him, allowing his own true self, his commitment to himself and his purpose and his guidance to be what leads him forward. Because the energy that's coming from the feminine in this energy is not a pushing or pulling or a needy energy. This is just this true divinely aligned energy and natural magnetism back to one another, like has happened in the times before, where the divine source brought you together in that alignment for whatever was necessary at that time. And this is sort of where some of these natural reunion energies are starting to recalibrate more deeply. And this is just feeling to me that a portion of the masculine collective is ready to go through their next stages of transformation, sort of out of the depths of the darkness and moving more into those next steps of the light. And that dragonfly is feeling significant to me because it's like the beetle to the dragonfly. And then as he stabilizes in that essence, sort of like in between worlds, and then allowing himself to transform into that full dragon essence is what is coming through. I love it. Very, very beautiful. I feel like the feminines want to bring forth another message for the masculines. Yes. She wants to bring forward a true love deck card as well. From the heart space of the divine feminine to the heart space of the divine masculine, intimacy. With all of this coming forward, this is signifying and signaling to the divine sacred masculines that the divine feminine collective is more ready and stable and aligned and prepared to meet in the energy and essences of the true intimate nature of your connection. And what I'm sensing and feeling deeply as both naturally step into their true essence, that authentic nature, their higher self and their human self, really meeting in the middle of the heart space. The feminines are acknowledging that the masculine's connection and passion and sensuality is something that the sacred feminine collective is wanting to participate in and receive in those divinely aligned and sacred ways that are truly supportive of these spiritually mature connections. And what I'm sensing and feeling is that this is about embodying the sensuality of physicality and the sensuality of our spiritual nature and the beautiful life force that comes from each one of you and how that third energy is amplified and created as you come together in any form of co-creation. And yes, intimacy is a sexual, sensual energy, but it can also apply to any ways where you are coming together and co-creating a family, a business, a home, a I don't even know anything, artwork, anything that you do, a collaborative, music, singing, dancing, anything that you're doing in co-creation sort of creates a whole new harmony as you're coming together. And as I'm saying this, I'm really feeling this frequency. Wow. Almost like as the feminine has stepped into her worthiness, it's activating the masculine. I felt like a buzzing from the masculine energy, and it's like an internal buzzing, sort of waking things up to move into those next levels. Wow. Okay, that is really beautiful. I want to, do I want to leave it here? Do we want to do anything else? I think we're going to leave it here. I do feel like there may be more coming with this, but again, this is such a beautiful message and a testament to these energies of embodying joy and really stabilizing into those, representing and sharing where we're dropping into worthiness. And this just reminded me about a year and a half ago, I actually recorded a worthy of love meditation. It's on my playlist here on this channel. It's free if you want to check it out, and sort of get into the zone and the energy of dropping deeper into the worthiness. If you feel like you want to clear anything in preparation for the Embodying Joy Circle. I also have sessions over on my store, on my website. But the bottom line is, again, I would love to have you participate in that circle with me. Again, it's just via heart donation. So, however you are called to participate, if you are called to, I look forward to seeing all of you there and just seeing where this energy sort of unfolds and opens and blossoms as we move into the end of this year and into the new year. I'm sending you so much love for the rest of your day and your weekend and your year. And thank you again for being here with me. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Take care, loves.